Hey guys, welcome back. Merry Damas.
I'm going to talk about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for the third day of Danmas. I'll start by mentioning that in order for the robot to pronounce Jiu-Jitsu correctly, I have to spell it wrong, J-E-W. Silly robot. Hanukkah is next week.
Lick my frozen metal ass. Uh-oh.
But anyway, I guess I should briefly talk about the history. Jiu-Jitsu was originally developed in Japan by Mitsuyo Maeda and was learned by the Gracie family, who added the Brazilian part. Everybody knows about the Gracie family in one way or another, right? Most people are familiar with Royce Gracie because of UFC. That's obviously incredibly violent and intense. It's a literal combat sport. Royce Gracie proved that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu had real applications to mixed martial arts. But that's just one side of Jiu-Jitsu. I mentioned that I am practicing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Gracie Barra. Like I said, the Gracie family essentially developed Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. One of the Gracie family was Carlos Sr. His son, Carlos Jr., founded the International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation and the Gracie Barra School as well. I hope everyone kept up. You may or may not be quizzed on it later, but that hyper-aggressive, intense, and brutal sport isn't really my thing anymore. But that's not necessarily what Jiu-Jitsu is. Is it one small aspect? Sure, and that's obviously been quite successful. But everyone is on the mat for a different reason, whether it's to train your mind and body for a brutal combat sport, or if you're a police officer and want to gain control of subjects easier, or a smaller guy who wants to not get bullied, or someone like me, who's on the recovery journey. It doesn't matter the exact reason we're there, but the one thing everyone has in common is that we're all there to practice and learn. Carlos Gracie Sr. practiced Jiu-Jitsu until he was an old man. Obviously, the Jiu-Jitsu he was doing as a senior citizen looked different than what he used to be able to do. But that's okay. There's no failing in Jiu-Jitsu, only learning. One of the hardest things about being disabled was the feeling of losing control. Practicing Jiu-Jitsu has helped me reestablish that control I felt like I had. It's one of those tools like yoga and mindfulness that helps me center myself and achieve balance. It was also really hard to accept that striking was no longer effective for me. I've always been more of a hugger than a hitter, but I still knew how to throw hands effectively. Kicking and punching looks a lot different now that I'm in a wheelchair. Like I said, my recovery journey is happening in tandem with my martial arts journey, and I'm so incredibly grateful for that. I'm also grateful that Gracie Barra accepts me as I am in the same way that Valhalla did. It's nice having another tool in my belt. It's a literal belt too, which is nifty. I'm about to roll out, but thanks for watching.
Autobots, roll out.
Remember to gently like and subscribe to join the Dan fam and become a Danimal.
Thanks for watching. Peace out, y'all. Merry Damas.